broadcast live.
We out here, doing like the impossible and the incredible. I mean, like we got J Arrow, unknown artist to a certain extent. His family knows who he is, but generally, he's unknown. He's not in the mainstream. You ain't gonna see him doing any TV interviews, or he hasn't done any major TV interviews. You haven't heard him on any major radio stations. But damn, this cat literally broke the record on SoundCloud with 1 million streams. 1 million streams, yeah, I said 1 million streams, and let me just add 1 million streams plus unknown. And people are saying that he literally, in a month's time, by the way, it took a month for him to get to 1 million. Yeah. People are saying that he's been sitting on his laptop just playing, pressing play, 1 million times. We know you can't buy media for SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So we want to find out, how did he do this? So we got him here just to explain. I mean, Ricky Rick said the future's on the internet.
True.
So man, let's break it down, man. You even got a gold bling bling already.
Hey, it ain't even about that. Let's keep it to the music, right? Let's keep it to the music.
I'm with you.
Sure, yeah.
Firstly, man, how do you achieve that? How do you achieve that feat?
Man, I think it goes way back because, everybody thinks that now that you've come out, it just happens by nature. But I mean, basically, it's works behind the scenes, So basically, prior to reaching that 1 million, it was really just being more behind the scenes, doing the actual work, because I think when you actually come out, that's very important, so that you're not taken as a one-hit wonder. So basically, what I did is that I had a team that was also focused in Nigeria, a team that was also in the US. So within that previous year, as much as other people also were pushing the music, I kind of held back a bit. I don't think if you noticed that in Slick on Life, I just released one song, then probably another song after like 3 or 4 months again, So, and within that process, I went to the USA. They had actually requested me because they heard some of my music and was mostly playing there as well. And I mean, they offered me a deal. Initially, they wanted to sign me and stuff, But then we talked about distribution and all of that as well. And then later on, within the year of 2016, we went to Nigeria as well to speak with some, people involved with telecom, et cetera. And they were also keen with the whole Jara brand, so we were just planning how we were going to attack 2017. And at first, I was a bit skeptical, but those were one of the things that I really highlighted. I wanted to reach 1 million, but I never expected it as well to be this fast as well. And what I'm excited about, if it's safe to say, we had probably like the biggest love song on Valentine's Day, because it hit on Valentine's Day as well on SoundCloud. So that's another record broken. And this is a hip hop blog, so we're the first R&B as well. So in March again, opposed from February and January, we've broken another record. So I mean, it's all about breaking records, man. And I think my main focus was on the internet as well, because it's hard for an R&B artist. Usually when you think R&B, you think of a person wearing a suit on Umkaba around the age 28 to 30, you know what I'm saying? And like now, it's like a new breed of an R&B artist that is coming in, and I think the main focus was to push it out on the internet as well. Nakona Futi, some distribution that they would do on their side overseas, because it's hard even at South Africa, alone to get to that peak. So overseas as well, that's how they did it.
So you're saying that the streams are not only local streams, it's streams across the world, basically?
Indeed.
Okay, so basically, do you even know how the strategy was rolled out? Because we're guys like tweeting, we're guys sharing. How did it, do you even know how it even happened though?
I do, to a certain extent, of course, when you have people that are gonna work for you, etc., from an external board, especially at that extent as well. Of course, they want to keep their strategies to themselves. But I did have an idea, because as much as we're pushing it on social media, I didn't really want to create too much noise, and then at the end of the day, it would flop, But what they would do is that they would also push it on their own high-streamed websites as well overseas. It helped, being played on radio such as BBC as well. We were the first and the youngest R&B to be played in BBC this year as well. Even iHeartRadio this year as well. We're on 40 countries worldwide, hopefully to grow even more. So man, I'm very excited, and it's still continuing to grow. That's what's surprising me. We're not on 1 million anymore. Last time I checked, we're on 1.5 million, 1.6 million. So man, I really hope we reach, the 2 million mark And then the video is gonna be crazy, so watch out for that too.
So basically, it's a global network, and that's pushing the music.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's an international distribution that's seeding the music on different blogs or websites in the world, right?
Yeah.
Right, cool. So clearly you went overseas and they were supposed to do a deal, but like it sounds like you're saying that the deal never happened. So what's the deal now? Because the music is still getting traction, without the deal. I'm assuming.
Yeah. What I've been trying to avoid is being completely signed, because then I think it takes away from the creativity when they mark you to be like a certain type of artist, Mostly what we've been focusing on was digital distribution as well, and so it was that type of deal, not that I'm signed wholeheartedly to under their label.
So digital distribution means that doesn't only mean like the digital stores, but it also means distribution on the other platforms where people can get to play the music.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, man.
So how do you? Everyone will ask how does an relatively unknown artist in South Africa strike a deal like that?
Wow, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be known, because I've been putting in the work. This ain't just like a person who's just coming up now. Like
how? Don't explain.
Yeah.
How? People want to know
you
how.
You want to take all my secrets? Come on, boy. But
secrets. People want to know how. How do you get to that point? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, I think it's connects more than anything else. I was privileged to, be able to do what I do, and it's able to draw like an international, crowd to actually listen.
Does this crowd find you online, and did you build from that, or was it people you already knew? Yeah,
there was people that I already knew as well, and then some also came along on board, and that really helped to magnify the whole project. So yeah, we're still growing. I still got a lot to learn within the industry, and I'm just honored to be amongst the OGs, the legends, what I'm saying? I believe I'm in good hands being the first as well on Slick on Life. So man, we plan to dominate, man. We ain't playing around, and being independent, not signed to any major label as well. Like, there ain't nobody controlling how I should be. If I say it how it is, I say it how it is, what I'm saying? And I think that's what's missing in South Africa. It's like, the sound has always been the same because they're playing it too safe. Even if you were to check it in the awards, it's like they ain't really a category strictly for, R&B, what I'm saying, R&B male. And like, I think they need a force that's just gonna, break all of that, what I'm saying? I think I'm that force. And like, I aim to, what I'm saying, create change, because if you really notice people in the future, it's all about the music. What you're doing right now, you're contributing to the culture, the hip hop culture, what I'm saying? And in years' time, people want to say, Slicker, he contributed. I was reading your bio, man. It's like, you did a lot, what I'm saying? And I kind of feel like, maybe, who knows, maybe in the latter part of my career, I'll probably be in the same position, but for R&B, people are drawing a blueprint. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Like, I think people are gonna draw a blueprint from what J-Ro's been able to do, man. It's like, in a smaller scale, if you were to compare it to the likes of Michael Jackson, they also did their own thing. So I just want to do my own thing and, help inspire those kids out there, watching this interview to do bigger things. Because I'm not really intimidated by, all the other big shots in the industry, what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I feel like I already know what they're going to do, what I'm saying? And to me, the only people that I should be afraid of are those kids listening here, and they're like, hey, I can do this better than J. Arrow. So that kind of motivates me to be the best artist I can be, man.
So I guess it all adds up. It's more than just talent.
Yeah.
It's also like using your network.
Yes.
It's also keeping the stuff out there online.
Yeah.
And I guess, once you got your network, don't get signed up to a deal that will take everything from you.
Yeah.
Distribution is key, and what we learned from this, there's two types of distribution. It's not only there's distribution in stores, but it's distribution online on the blogs, etc., which spreads your momentum, which goes back to Ricky's statement that the internet is the future, and the more people the more music is streamed on different blogs, the bigger the artist becomes, and the more they hear it.
Shout out to Ricky Sideline, by the way, for saying what he did. Like, you know, that took some kahunas. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in a major label as well, but for him to stand out and represent all of us artists, because I feel like that's also been the struggle for R&B. Hip hop has the advantage of saying we can make noise about it, and you know what I'm saying, we have that type of influence because, you know, we also got the support behind that. You know what I'm saying? Here's an R&B guy, you know, I don't necessarily have the background to make that noise. You know what I'm saying? And only numbers should be able to speak for me. And so for him to say that as well, I think that's why I also want to be that bridge. Not to be like any other R&B artist, just to play it safe all the time. You know, most definitely we're gonna push boundaries, and sometimes it's not gonna always be, you know, happy to other people, but it's what we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So.
Yo, we out here with J Arrow. You know we don't do R&B, so don't be trying to come in here, you know, with that R&B shit, you know. But we do acknowledge milestones because we're not haters, you know. 1.5 million SoundCloud streams, a strategy that literally shows beyond local distribution. I think it's information that like is key to every other kid that needs to hear that. That's bigger than artists that have blown even locally. So, you know, we definitely want to be clear that we ain't haters. We acknowledge milestones. So we're giving a shout to J Arrow.
Thank you, man.
Representing the R&B. More numbers than a lot of even the rap guys. So, you know, we're not haters. We're just trying to say it's recognize a milestone. And hopefully, good luck, man. Hopefully everyone else sees you. And people don't say it's only people overseas that kid. Yo, we acknowledge the work and that's it.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace out, man.
Ain't no better place than home. Hey, video coming soon, so y'all better watch out.
Video coming soon, so y'all better watch out.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Broadcast live